Hello again, friends. We're going to give chess.com another shot here. In spite of the horrible advertising experience from yesterday, um, we get the white pieces again. So the e4, e5, c5, get a Sicilian. And I'm going to jump into a Smith and Morra. And opponent is going to take. And we're going to play a pawn down, but with a significant lead in development here. Both of my bishops are ready to come out, and neither of his are. So with our Gambit, we're going to be playing for rapid development and piece play. I mean, there's lots of options here for something seems up with my mouse a little bit. He's going to feed and kiddo. Okay, so he wants to take control of the long diagonal. I'm just going to get developed. Challenge the center with my knight. And I'm gonna aim at the f7 square. Okay. Get castled. Mm, so moving the queen off to slide the rook over. I want a rook on the d file opposite the queen here. I also really want to maybe think about pinning this knight for now. It ties the queen down to the protection of the knight. And it might invite black to push some more kingside pawns. Maybe give me a hook there. But I think first I do want to get my rook over to the d file and pressure the center. I'm not worried about him trading off the dark square bishop for the knight because his dark squares will remain quite weak. He did get castled quite quickly, though. So some of my ideas of jumping the knight in here might it might still be an option later if he moves the queen. But now I think bringing the bishop out here and just having to move it a second time is a little bit unnecessary. Maybe I want to go bishop to f4, target c7. Maybe have bishop to d6 ideas as well. Could run into e5, but that's going to weaken this. It's going to give my bishop a little bit more purpose. This knight move also might I don't think that's too worrisome either. I'm going to develop the bishop. I like ideas of getting the bishop in here to d6. And there's also potential for queen e3 and bishop h6. All right, so far no advertisements. That's much appreciated. I hope that that was just a one-time glitch event. Lion King 072890 from Colombia. I don't know if I've played too many Colombian players. Probably at some point, but I don't see it very frequently at least. So glad to see a player from Colombia. Okay, Black's ideas here. He wants, I mean, this bishop needs scope, so he's going to give it scope. Doesn't that? I mean, I am not worried about him taking. Doesn't this cause some problems for the queen? I'm gonna hang this pawn if I move. No, the queen's up here. This is just not good. What is going on here? Okay, the queen's out. There's a double attack here. The center is open. I've got my pawn back. Suppose he is threatening to take on b2. That would pin the bishop. So is he? He's not really threatening that. And I'd love some sort of sacrifice on f7. That would be wonderful. Or his bishop gets out and this rook gets in the game. Can I make that happen? I go knight to g5. I mean, the bishop isn't going to take. The queen's going to take. Queen takes here, and he's offering a queen trade. And what? Queen c4. Knight a5, attacking the queen. Check. King to the corner. Queen c7. I want to give him the pawn back and just keep my attack. Just keep it going. If he wants the pawn, I think he's going to run into some trouble. Um, because my pieces are very nicely placed. And this bishop is keeping the other rook out of the game. I think he might do well to develop. Bishop f5. And then I don't have any back rank tricks. Just sack the bishop, rook takes. No, because this rook guards the back rank now. And I think he just wants to develop this bishop, get the bishop out. So maybe my knight g5 idea wasn't the greatest. Perhaps I had better options. Um, if he does take the pawn and bite on that, then I do think I like queen c4. I suppose he could sack the queen for 2 rooks, but I think the queen and 2 bishops and the knight is going to be more than enough. Queen f4, queen f5, bishop f5, I think is the move. Bishop f5, rook c1, maybe queen c4 anyway. Knight a5, bishop takes check, king to the corner. Queen's under attack, so she's got to move. Queen d5. Staying on the bishop. Don't need to, the knight's there. But I'm running into ideas of h6, maybe. Bishop takes, pawn takes. It's messy. Bishop f5. Any other places for the queen to go? c4. Suppose the queen doesn't have to move. Bishop f5. Is there another move that's better? Knight takes immediately. Rook takes. Pinned. Queen d6. Rook f8. 8, bishop, bishop d6. Oh no, the queen can't come here. The bishop's just going to take it. I got to remember where my pieces are. Silly move. Um, for c4. The only idea that I see, okay, he directly challenges my bishop. Knight takes. There's the intermezzo of rook d8 pinning the knight. Bishop takes first. That intermezzo doesn't exist because I can take with check. Where rook takes loses the rook on d8. And king takes is impossible because the knight's guarding. So bishop takes is the right response here, but then pawn takes back is the natural reply. I can check, and the king goes to the corner, or yeah, the king goes to the corner. And check. And he's got to sack the rook, doesn't he? Because king comes back, knight here is double check. And the king's forced back to the corner again. And queen, do I have a Venus flytrap? Queen g8 check. The rook must take, and the king is smothered. So knight back to f7 is mate. I think the bishop has to take here. Bishop takes. Pawn takes. Now queen takes check. And knight check, and he has to sack the rook. But then he does get to pin queen to the bishop, or the king, yeah, queen to the bishop with the other rook. That's what I missed. Okay. And now I just come back and protect the bishop. And I'm up the exchange. Off the exchange. Is he banking on this? I'm up a pawn in the exchange. This pawn's still hanging. Okay. He's going to pile up on this. Hmm. He wants to take that with the, well, he's disconnecting. Disconnecting my queen's protection as well. So the bishop's hanging. There's a threat of taking on f2. I don't want to give back the exchange, I don't think. Can block with the bishop, but bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, check. King to the corner. I've given back the pawn, but I'm still up the exchange. Can I get out of this without giving up the dark square bishop? Because I would love to keep it. Can I just give up the pawn and keep the dark square bishop? Rook takes with the threat of a discovered check. No, not dropping back here. No, that still doesn't work. Bishop takes, queen takes. Still give up the pawn and the bishop. But I'm up material, so why not just give up? I'm up the exchange. Principle, I think, says, I mean, trade. What about giving back the rook? Give back the rook. Knight takes. Then I fork the knight. I get 2 pieces for the rook. I'm up a clean piece. If queen takes, I can trade queens first. Knight takes. Then I'm up a full piece. Let's do that. Good game, friend. I do have a forced mate in 20 from here, according to the engine. Thank you, chess.com, for no advertisements. That was a fear of mine. Played fairly well. 2250. Opponent played like a 1700. Couple blunders towards the end there that gave me pretty good advantage. Let's review. So Smith Morra, this is all book. Not the most preferred line, and not the one I see the most. Fiend Kettling that dark square bishop is, I mean, it's not losing, but not the most popular move. Order, I could understand why it'd be appealing for black to want to try and get me out of known territory. And this move gives me a 2-point edge. And down material, so it seems counterintuitive, but there are many options here where the knight hops in. And I'm curious if this is one of those moments, even though I'm not castled yet, does sacrificing the knight here work? Probably not. I don't see how that works. Oh, it wants me to come here. It wants me to come here and target the weaknesses here and here. So castling was a missed opportunity. bringing the knight to b5 with the threat of jumping into d6. I finally get around to that bishop development. And giving back the pawn is black's best option here. And this was a blunder. This blunder, which I don't take advantage of by giving back the edge, but this is a blunder here. And what's my plan? I was trying very hard to try to expose this discoordination here on the back rank. I don't think this move works immediately. Maybe attacking the rook first. Maybe bringing the bishop up here to just threaten that rook. Yes, okay. That's the move I should have found. Attacking the rook, weakening this. This was another blunder, which gave me the edge for the rest of the game. 4-point, just a winning advantage. And it looks like I executed it fairly well. Taking with the bishop was correct. And I win the exchange, because if he blunders here, I win the game with the Venus flytrap mate. The king can't go here because of the double check here from the queen and the knight. And the rook would be forced to take. Once I double check, the king has to go back to the corner. Then the queen comes in with check supported by the rook or by the knight. And this king cannot capture back. Once the rook captures back, the king is smothered in the corner, and the knight comes back to f7 with checkmate. So the rook must take. Queen takes back, and I'm just up material. Oh, it wanted me to. Okay, that's an option as well. Coming back here to threaten the queen trade and support the bishop, but nothing wrong with my move. So valiant attempt from black, but taking was the best move, and I'm glad I found that. So I just fork the pieces now, and it's game over. All right, friends, thanks for coming back to view some chess with me. I appreciate it. Thankfully, there was no advertisements during that game. Leave your comments if there are any moves, variations that you saw I didn't. Come back and watch some more chess.